Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am Adrian Atkinson, your guide for this enlightening journey. Stay with us. There's much ahead to inform and inspire.
Jamaica Post is committed to being your preferred logistics partner. Enjoy the convenience of 3 to 5 days for international shipments at competitive rates and next business day delivery for local packages. Take advantage of our fast, reliable and ever-evolving services: zip mail, click and ship, fast track, EMS, parcel service, registered mail, corporate mail service and private letterbox. Access customer service support and track packages online. Visit our post offices island-wide and premium service centers at select locations. For more information, go to jamaicapost.gov.jm. Conditions apply.
Thank you so much for staying with us right here on Jamaica Magazine. January is observed as Earthquake Awareness Month, a timely opportunity to reflect on moments in our history that reshaped the nation. In this next feature, we learn about the devastating earthquake that struck Port Royal and the lasting impact on one of Jamaica's most historic communities.
It's been over 300 years, and marks of the 1692 earthquake still linger on the city it struck the hardest. Port Royal was one of the busiest and wealthiest ports of the West Indies, and infamously labeled the wickedest city of the period, owing to its reputation for piracy and smuggling. But when 1692's powerful quake struck the area, it submerged most of Port Royal under 40 feet of water. There were 3 separate shocks with increasing intensity, and that's the story that many know. But the wrath of the earthquake spread far beyond that city, even onto a place called Judgment Cliff in St. Thomas. The cliff is seated in the Landaway community, and if you look closely, you'll notice that a section of it is completely gone. Judgment Cliff got its name from the story of how an entire community was wiped out during the 1692 earthquake. That story has passed down through generations in the community, and it's one residents readily recount to curious visitors.
The Judgment Cliff, I was informed that they used to have a plantation up there run by a serious, wicked slave master. They imposed draconian measures on the farmers, and one of the reasons why they resided on the cliff, that in case the slave wanted to run away, they would have difficulty in doing so. The place collapsed. I guess during the same time Port Royal earthquake was taking place. That was 1692.
Them say when it happens it's at night. Well, what I really know, is they say a man, a rooster, and a bull save. The man gone out, gone wild. The rooster fly off of the roost. The bull broke down the pen, gone out, gone wild, same like the man. Understand? It was a plantation to people who lived there too. Everybody get covered out.
It's a history long written, but Judgment Cliff stands as just one example of the aftermath of an earthquake. And as scientists warn of the possibilities of an increase in earthquakes globally, it's a history that could easily be repeated.
In the Caribbean, we can say we had our fair share of seismic activities. Research has shown that Jamaica is usually exposed to about 200 earthquakes per year, most of which are small and may not be felt by humans. Despite achievements in seismology, it is still not possible in the true sense to predict the occurrence of an earthquake.
The tinting of your windscreen, cut it out. Public passenger vehicles, according to the Transport Authority Act, not supposed to have tints. I'm appealing to motorists out there. We have removed many plates because of fandangles that are on the motor vehicle. colorful lights, red light, purple light, blue light, and these multicolored lights. Get them off. I've noticed some trends out there where there is different type of license plates on motor vehicles. Only the Jamaican issued driver's license plates are to be on the motor vehicles. Once you transport any passenger in a motor vehicle, ensure that they are buckled, whether they are on the front or they are on the back. The seatbelt gives people a fighting chance to survive the crash. Many people have died who never give themselves a fighting chance.
Preparedness remains one of our strongest lines of defense before and after a disaster. Up next, we highlight some earthquake safety tips.
When an earthquake strikes, it can cause disruption of electricity and communications, infrastructural damage, serious injuries and fatalities, as well as lingering emotional trauma. Because an earthquake can strike at any time without warning, on today's program we share safety tips for you to keep in mind. It is very important to know what to do before, during, and after an earthquake to ensure we stay safe. Before an earthquake occurs, an emergency response plan should be in place, which should be understood by all occupants of a building or institution. It's also important to select safety wardens to manage the movement of personnel inside and outside of a building and to check the building before re-entry. Safety wardens should also conduct periodic earthquake drills to ensure everyone is clear about what to do when a disaster takes place. Another tip is to identify safe spots at home, work, and frequently visited locations. These spots include under sturdy tables or desks, structurally sound or strongly supported doorways, and inside of a small room or hallway. Parents and guardians are also encouraged to talk to their children about natural disasters and steps they should take to protect themselves.
It's very important that our teachers and our parents have this conversation with our children. This is a very important practice that we should develop in our children. And indeed, right across our public and private sector, it is a requirement that you have safety wardens appointed in your institutions. You should now be carrying out your drills and being prepared.
Whenever an earthquake occurs, it normally stirs up strong feelings amongst persons who experience it. These feelings are sometimes manifested in depression, anxiety, stress, difficulty breathing, chest and muscle pains, feeling faint, dazed, lightheaded, or angry, as well as stomach aches.
We recommend to Jamaicans who may be experiencing those symptoms to, firstly, they can consult their doctor, whether in the private or public space. But there are other less intense ways to manage these types of mental wellness or mental health challenges. Talking to a friend or family member, I encourage others to remain safe, getting rest, reestablishing a return to routine, and just asking for help if you need that help.
The precautions that you should take during an earthquake will be determined by where you are when the shaking begins.
During an incident of this nature, we know that it gets a little bit dramatic and persons want to call each other, but we are asking persons not to use cell phones during these kind of incidents unless it is absolutely necessary.
Desist from making prank calls to the emergency services such as the police and the Jamaica Fire Brigade.
What it does is tie up resources that are needed elsewhere, and so it makes our job that much more difficult.
If you are inside of a building, use the drop, cover, and hold technique and stay put until the shaking stops. If you are outside, stay at least 10 feet away from any building from which window, glass, and other debris could fall. Move away from trees, streetlights, and power lines. Crouch down and cover your head. If you are in a vehicle, park in a location away from trees, wires, buildings, bridges, and overpasses. Stay where you are with your safety belt fastened until the earthquake is over. Never stop under or on a bridge. Be patient, be courteous, obey road traffic regulations, follow the directions of the police, yield immediately to emergency vehicles, and do not block intersections. After the earthquake, exit buildings by using the stairs and not elevators. Inspect buildings for cracks, shifts in pillars, posts, and other beams and structural members, and seek a professional assessment if there is any damage.
And also to ensure that you're checking for leaks, especially gas leaks, if you have gas lines running through your homes.
For more information about what to do before, during, and after an earthquake, visit the ODPEM's website at odpem.org.jm.
Children are the future, and ensuring our future is healthy requires that children are always provided with nutritious foods to grow well and live long. Unhealthy diets high in sugar, salt, and fat consumed by children may make them obese and prone to non-communicable diseases later in life. Healthy foods and beverages not only help them learn better, but also protects them from non-communicable diseases such as some cancers, diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular diseases in their childhood and adult life. So, whether it's at home, in the lunch bag, or at school, let's make healthy foods and beverages for our children the only rule.
With schools back in swing after the holiday break, students are easing back into routines, responsibilities, and rising expectations. So let's look at some tips to avoid burnout and stay ahead.
School can be exciting, but it also comes with challenges, deadlines, exams, and the constant push to do well. Staying ahead of the learning curve means having the right strategies to stay focused, prepared, and motivated all term long. We sat down with Vice Principal of Warrant Bay High, Marsha Ford Bryan, who shared practical advice on how students can boost their performance and avoid burnout.
It is super important that they stay organized. Once you are organized, then it will eliminate levels of fluster, and it will increase your chances of grasping the content that you need to grasp, and it will allow for you to easily go through the term feeling less flustered, feeling as if you can achieve, and it gives some level of self-motivation and focus on what is important. And it will definitely assist students in achieving their goals and objectives that they need to set out at the start of the school term.
One of the biggest challenges for students is managing time effectively. Creating a study plan, setting realistic goals, and using tools like planners or apps can make a world of difference.
So my years of experience have taught me that if students read over their notes once they go home and not wait until the appointed time, for example, when exams are upon them, then of course it will allow for them to pace themselves and eliminate cramming or swatting. So reading over the notes immediately after you go home and re-emphasizing some key points, this will allow for you to gradually gain the understanding of the content, and then you won't feel so flustered. That for me definitely works, and I've seen wherein students who practice this, it works for them.
Whether it's the Pomodoro technique, reviewing notes daily, or breaking down big assignments into smaller tasks, small habits lead to big results.
Setting goal is not only for students, it's for everyone. It is so important. You know exactly where your trajectory is. You know where you're going. Without goals, you are moving aimlessly. So it is very important. I say to students, write it down. Usually when you write something down, it is meaningful. For those of us who are in the technology age, then you voice it, you record it, and you repeat that to yourself. And that keeps you steadfast. Just in case you might forget it. You have it written down or you have it recorded. And that is a reminder of you reminding yourself, and that has greater impact than even someone else reminding you of what you said. And repetition is very important. You can set up vision boards, for example, and that gives you a vivid picture as to what your outcome is likely to be in a picture format, and you can see your mission, you see your vision, and you see your objectives.
But staying ahead isn't just about studying harder. It's about maintaining balance. Stress and burnout can quickly derail progress if students aren't careful.
Some students are of the opinion that when we talk about content and asking them to do a study timetable, for example, it must only entail academics. I say to students, you have the opportunity to also plan and interject in your study timetable things that you enjoy doing. Because once your mind is relaxed, then definitely once you are studying, you will be grasping more. So once they are crafting their study timetable, ensure that they interject playtime, relaxation time, and know yourself too. There are some students who definitely cannot study for 2-hour blocks. Then don't stretch yourself there. You have to understand how you operate first and foremost. If it is that you can only manage to retain what you are studying for half an hour or 35 minutes, then you make your blocks in your study timetable to fit just to that.
Here are some tips.
Relaxation is very important. Utilize music if it works for you. Utilize your walks. And persons find it difficult to understand how exercise actually works, but it relaxes you. And if you can go on your treadmill or you can walk around your block for 10 minutes at least, it refreshes the mind and it gets you relaxed and you go right back into your content. But you have to know your body. You have to understand how you operate, because no two persons operate in the same manner. So we have to understand our body. Eat right. If you realize that you are not eating, this can't be healthy if you're studying and not eating properly. Get your fluids in and hydrate yourself.
Success also comes from taking ownership of learning, being proactive and consistent. And while parents and teachers play an important role, students must drive their own growth.
You have to be interested in what you're learning. And I often say to our parents, let our children choose what they want to do. Let them choose their profession. Because if you are going to live your life through the kids, they will not enjoy what they are doing. And once they can identify what it is that they want to do, half of the battle is already won. So once they are engaged, they are the ones who are going to find the time. They are going to find the supplementary documents to read. They are going to get excited about researching on their own, and they are going to be intrinsically motivated.
Motivation doesn't always come easily, but small wins along the way can make a big difference.
Students of their own never normally do very well at balancing without having that support system. So parents who are there with students, helping them to study, helping them to craft their study timetable, saying to them, all right, let's see how best we can work this in, and assist them in transporting them from one end to the next, asking them the little pep question, how was school today? How was your co-curricular activity? What about the debates that you have to do? And show that interest and engagement with students. It works well.
The start of every new term is a fresh opportunity to grow, stay organized, and believe in yourself.
You can do it. Shut down any lies that come in your head or any lies that person may say. They may say you can't do it. Shut down that lie. They may say based on your location, you won't be able to make it. Shut down that lie. They may say based on your family format or structure, you will never. You shut down that lie, because intrinsic motivation is the most powerful. And once you believe in yourself, you can get it done. Pace yourself, be where you're supposed to be, and grow where you are planted.
Students, remember, success isn't about doing it all at once. It's about steady progress, balance, and never losing sight of the bigger picture.
Looking to enhance your professional skills and competencies with training of the highest quality? Then apply today to the Justice Training Institute, JTI. JTI offers certificate courses in computer applications, CSEC Math and English, financial crimes investigation, courtroom protocols and procedures, diplomas in paralegal studies, court reporting, and more. For more information, call 928-4624, visit us at 4 Camp Road, or go to the website jti.edu.jm. The Justice Training Institute, training for improved performance.
Whether you're commuting to work or school or running daily errands, interactions on the road are a part of everyday life. And sometimes those interactions are with the police. Here's what you should do if and when that happens.
As a police officer, I would implore all our drivers to be safe, to operate motor vehicle and drive safely. Road safety is a concern for every Jamaican citizen. Once you operate or drive safely, you make it a safe environment for all other persons to operate, whether it be the pedestrian, the motorcyclist, or the public passenger vehicles.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
Keep your vehicles serviced so they're in prime condition to handle anything the road throws at them. Follow road signs and traffic signals to avoid dangerous situations and prevent collisions with other drivers or even pedestrians. Do not drink alcohol before or while behind the wheel. We all know these road safety guidelines, but many don't realize that obeying the directions of police officers in the traffic space is another critical component of road safety. They are there to ensure order is being maintained and disrupt any criminal act that may be in progress, especially those involving the use of a vehicle.
So the police from time to time will conduct operations. We class them as crime reduction operation. So from national roadblock operation, speed enforcement operation, vehicle checkpoint operation, spot checks, and so on, in which officers will be stopping you. They will be checking first to see if any breaches of the Firearms Act, the Dangerous Drugs Act, the Customs Act are being detected. If there's any breach of the Road Traffic Act, that will be dealt with.
So what's your role in helping to not hinder these activities and potentially place yourself in danger? Simple. Follow the directives of the officer that stops you.
On being stopped by the police, as a member of the motoring public or the motorist, you should bring your vehicle to a complete stop. You should bring down all your windows and keep your hands on the steering and listen for all instructions from the police. There can be multiple reasons that can arouse the police officer's suspicion and multiple breaches that can come under different legislations. You do not want to drive away from a police officer because it means that firstly you may be issued a traffic ticket for failing to comply with a constable's command. As also at Section 7 of the Road Traffic Act, you must produce your documents to the police. It is an offense for you not to produce your documents when instructed to do so by the police. So you hand the officer your driver's license, vehicle documents, then you can ask a question.
It's hard to be still.
do not want a situation in that you are utilizing the electronic communication device, which is your phone, to make a call when the vehicle is in operation on the road, because that is a breach of the Road Traffic Act and you may be prosecuted for it.
And even once the vehicle has stopped, you should also refrain from using your mobile device while interacting with the police.
It would not be practicable to make a call whilst you're being searched by the officer, whilst a motor vehicle is being searched. You are required to be in full attendance at that part. But upon confirmation of what is requested of you, you should comply with the instructions given and allow the officer to carry out his duties. Good morning, ma'am. Sergeant Martindale, I'm attached to the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch. Could you bring down all your windows for me, please?
At this point, follow the officer's instructions carefully. It's crucial to listen attentively and not make any sudden movements. This ensures both your safety and the officers.
We implore all our motorists to drive safely, comply with instructions, comply with signs given. At no time should you be arguing with the officer, shouting at the officer, or you should try to assault the officer in the performance of his or her duties. You should comply, look, listen for all signals, all instructions.
So the next time you're behind the wheel, remember, safety first. By following the rules of the road and instructions of our police officers, it not only protects you, but all road users.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
The Jamaica Customs Agency has extended import duty and GCT relief on donations for Hurricane Melissa until January 15, 2026. Donations arriving after the date will be subject to the applicable customs duty and tax. For more information, contact public.relations@jca.gov.jm. The Jamaica National Group presents Race for Hope, a 5K and kids fun run. It will be held on January 18, 2026 at Hope Gardens in Kingston. Warm-up starts at 6 a.m. with race time at 6:30 a.m. Register now at www.runningeventsja.com. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company is calling on rural students to register for the National Rural School Bus Card. Enjoy free transportation until January 31st, 2026. Effective February 1, students will need a valid ID and the fare will be $50. Register now using the link on screen. And that's all for our community notices this Saturday. If you have a community event to share on our notice board, give us a call at 876-922-8680 or email jatkinson@jis.gov.jm.
As we wrap up today's edition of Jamaica Magazine, we hope you found these features informative and engaging. Let's stay connected through our website at jis.gov.jm and on social media. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Until next time, have yourselves a great weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.